What if I told you the most terrifying moments in cinema don't come from screams or soundtracks, but from silence? Denis Villeneuve, the mastermind behind Dune, Sicario, and Prisoners, doesn't just shoot silence, he weaponizes it. This is how Villeneuve makes silence louder than any explosion. The philosophy of silence. Silence isn't the absence of sound, it's the presence of fear. He once cited Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai as a major influence, where tension builds not from chaos, but calm. In interviews, Villeneuve has said, "Tension comes from stillness, silence, expectations, and fear." He believes the anticipation of violence is far more powerful than the act itself. And the moment you remove music, talking, and distraction, you're left with raw, unbearable emotion. Sicario, the silent trap. Let's break down the now iconic Sicario border crossing scene. No screaming, no action-packed music, just tension. The camera lingers, the drone score hums beneath ambient sound. Every eye movement, every twitch becomes a threat. Then, sudden, surgical violence. This contrast is the secret. Silence builds pressure, so when violence erupts, it erupts. In the tunnel raid, Villeneuve removes all light and sound, forcing us into claustrophobia. We only hear boots, breathing, shadows. It silences suspense, silences suffocation. Dune, silence on a planet of sound. In Dune, Villeneuve adapts the vast mythic world of Arrakis, and he doesn't overwhelm us with noise. He strips it away. In the scene where the Atreides army first engages on the desert, everything is muted. Shields flicker, sandstorms roar distantly, but there's no overbearing music. That restraint makes each whisper, each movement feel sacred. When Duke Leto dies, poisoned and paralyzed, he says nothing. The entire scene holds silence, until boom. That silence makes death feel ritualistic. Villeneuve doesn't just film space. He lets you feel how empty and lonely it really is.
Prisoners. Quiet tension, slow collapse. In Prisoners, silence becomes the psychological weight. Villeneuve never rushes these scenes. Instead, he locks us inside them, morally confused, emotionally trapped. The rain falls, the walls breathe. We hear every footstep, every sigh. It's not a thriller filled with shouts. It's a slow, creeping moral breakdown. And silence gives that breakdown space to exist. The sound of silence, score and design. Collaborating with composers like Johann Johansson and Hans Zimmer, Villeneuve's silence is never empty, it's designed. In Sicario, the low, groaning bass line mimics a heartbeat. It's not music, it's dread. In Dune, Zimmer uses silence to let ancient chants and throat singing breathe. Sound design highlights ambient tension. Footsteps in sand, wind in concrete, shield buzz. Silence here is full of potential danger. Silence equals character, power, and theme. Villeneuve structures entire conversations around silence to show power. He doesn't need yelling. His quiet villains dominate with whispers. Through light and framing, silence becomes visual. Kate stands in the light. Alejandro remains in darkness. Silence creates fear. Silence creates submission. And in all his films, silence reflects the ultimate theme: isolation, fragility, the unknown. In a world of cinema that shouts, Denis Villeneuve whispers, but those whispers hit harder than any explosion, because silence in his hands isn't empty. It's alive, it's terrifying, and it's the sharpest weapon in his cinematic arsenal.